This young man's name is Qumonte, and he is explaining about the night him and his friend got shot. Let's let him talk about it.
All right, story time about how I got set up, shot, my homeboy died, and it was the night of my homeboy funeral. So, boom, we leave the funeral. Now, we go back to my crib, and it was this young lady who I've dealt with multiple times, and she just kept blowing my phone up. So I'm like,
Flag.
it's weird because I ain't talked to her in a long time, but I'm like, I know what she want. You feel what I'm saying? So she come over there, right? Now, this is where it got weird. She don't drive. So I always either pick her up or I Uber her. So this one particular night, she drove. So she say. So
That's the
boom,
flag. Flag alert.
everything normal. She come in the house, my homeboy on the couch. So then she proceeds to say, I'm hungry. So, if she hungry, of course I'ma feed her. So boom. We go to McDonald's. Well, before we even get to McDonald's, we get in the car. So I felt strange. So I'm like, what car did you drive? Like, where did you park at? Because they tow around here. They don't tow. But still. So she pointed at the neighbor's car. So me, I'm never home for real. So, like, I don't know who cars, who, this, that, and the third. So my thing is, I'm like, hey, I done seen this car a bunch of times. But I wasn't too sure because I ain't never home. So, all right, cool. She's in the car. I say, hold on. Let me go upstairs. I got to grab some money. I didn't go grab money. I went and switched my gun to a bigger gun. Boom. Red flag. When I knew I had to switch the gun, I should have been like, all right, shorty, you got to go. So, boom. I go upstairs, switch my gun, come back to the car. Part 2 coming.
Glad he did that. If you feel like you need to bring your gun anywhere, don't go. And I said feel like you need to, because I know most men, just keep that thing on them. We got the baby shower with that thing, got that fire. But I'm saying, if it just in your guts, if you feel like, maybe I need to grab another strap.
All right.
Don't do
Story
it.
time about how I got set up, shot. My homeboy died, and it was the same night as my other homeboy funeral. So, boom. I switched the gun. We get in the car. She just texting. So I'm like, she texting a lot, but it's like, I noticed that like every time we go to like a stop sign, a light, she sent a text. So it's like, all right, so the whole time what she doing is she letting us know you know what I mean? Letting us know where we at, type shit. So boom. We
Probably
get
got
back
the
to the
location on.
crib. So where I was staying at, you gotta go upstairs, then you gotta go to the door. One of those complexes. So we get out the car. I'm looking around because I'm like, all right, something ain't right. Cool. So my mind like, man, shoot this bitch. But maybe I'm just paranoid. You feel what I'm saying? So I get upstairs and walking up the steps. I heard, yeah, you know what it is. Right? So boom. I'm thinking like it's my homeboy that's in the house. I'm thinking he joking. So cool. I heard, oh, you think I'm playing? So I said, oh, I turn around. Boom. It's 4 niggas. Gun up. Right? So I'm like, all right, cool. This shit real. So I say, damn, y'all got me.
It's
I
real.
look. Buddies ain't had no mask on, like a dumbass. So I'm like, all right, cool. I got a Drake. That's a big gun. So it's 4 of them. So I'm like, all right. I can knock 2 of these niggas, but the other 2 gonna find me the fuck up. So boom.
So boom. When he said I got the Drake, I know what a Drake look like. I know how big it is. I want to know where you had it, sir.
They like, hey, where the money at? So my homeboy in the house, I'm like, damn, I know this nigga in the house. So cool. This the bad part. My homeboy was a heavy set nigga, so he had this like whatever you call it, narcolepsy, where you could just go to sleep at any time. He in the house, sleep on the couch. So boom, I'm like, I ain't got nothing. I'm trying to yell, thinking like, all right, buddy gonna hear me, and I mean, come help me type shit. So boom. The moment I turn around and I'm like, damn, y'all got me. She says, oh, raises her hand. Them niggas split like the Red Sea. And she walked right on down, and I ain't see her no more. So
We
boom.
got him.
They like, oh,
We got him.
don't tell me I didn't come here for nothing. I ain't coming for nothing. So I'm like, bro, ain't nothing here, bro. Ain't nothing here. Ain't nothing here. And I'm just being louder and louder and louder, thinking my homeboy gonna hear me. So boom. Next thing I know, I heard, bah, bah, bah. I'm standing up. I'm like, what the fuck? I drop. Part 3.
I don't know, man. If I feel like that gun just disappeared for some reason, I need to know where.
All right, story time about how I got set up, shot, my homeboy died, and this was all the night of my other homeboy funeral. All right, so I heard boom, 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 boom. I look around, I'm on the ground. So I couldn't feel none of my body. So all I heard is the door get kicked in and a bunch of shooting. So me knowing my homeboy really get active, like, so I'm not worried about it. I'm like, yeah, he probably done heard all this shit while I was outside. You know what I mean? Because it happened right in front of my door. So boom, I heard a bunch of shooting. It get quiet. I think I like kind of went to sleep because I ain't heard nobody leave out the house or none of that. So I take a little minute. I open my eyes. I get up. So boom. I guess all the shooting, they shot the lights out and shit like that. But I could like see my homeboy on the couch. So I go sit right beside him, but it's pitch black. So I'm like, yo, we good, this and the third, da-da-da-da-da. Cool. So I'm like, you know what? I know I'm shot, but I don't really, like, get that I'm shot. Like, boy, you need help. So, boom, I get up. I go walk in my room because I'm like, shit, you know, as you know, African-American people, when you get hurt, your mama tell you, hey, go lay down. So that's what my mind like, oh, let me just go lay down real quick. So I'm walking into the room. I throw up. So it's like on my throw up, it's just a bunch of blood and like the inside or whatever I ate, this and the third. So soon I throw up, I drop, right? So boom, my eyes closed, I'm sleeping. So I start talking to myself. I'm like, damn, oh shit, I'm shot. Like, I'm good though, I'm just tired. Let me just lay down. So
let me stop.
I started saying to myself, like, damn, this shit feels so good. Like, not telling anybody to get shot or anything, but I was so comfortable on the floor, it felt like I ain't been asleep in 10 years. And motherfucking somebody gave me a blanket, some water. Like, I felt amazing. Like, that's the best feeling I ever felt. So if y'all was wondering why when people be like getting shot and dying, they just like can't keep their eyes open, it feels so good that you don't want to open your eyes. So I'm laying down, then I'm like, damn, this shit feel good. I can do this forever. When I said that to myself, I said, yo, I'm fucking dying. So cool. I see myself like on some weird shit. Like, I could see myself on the ground. It was like I was on the ground, I was in this pitch black room, and there was a light coming over me. So boom. Next thing I know, I hear. So I'm like, damn. Like, so I'm in my mind like, yo, am I a good person? Like, you feel me? Like, it's just like so many questions going in your head. Like, am I a good person? Like, is my people's gonna be smooth? Like, they gonna be straight without me? Like, am I a person to miss this, that, and the third? You know, just like last minute life shit. So I could see myself, and then I heard something say, get up. So me, most people, when you tired, like, you heard get up, you like, all right, give me a second. Boom. So I'm like, all right. Mm-hmm. Then I heard again, get up. So I'm like, man, all right, 5 more minutes. And then I just hear, like, I'm talking about, it's like the loudest voice I ever heard in my fucking life. Get up. Boom. Instantly, I got up. I can't feel my body. So I'm like, all right. I'm walking. So I'm like, damn, I think my homeboy hurt. So goddamn, I'm gonna just let him chill. I'm like, I'm gonna go get us some help. So I go outside, and I'm like, all right, I can't feel my body. Like, what the fuck? Like, I can't feel nothing. So I'm like, all right, let me knock on the neighbor door. So boom, I go to the neighbor door. And I swear in my mind, I was like this. But, so, I knocked the door. Boop, 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 boop. I don't hear nothing. Boop, 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 boop. I don't hear nothing. It's an elderly person, so they always home. Cause I had a dog, and they would always come play with the dog and shit. Like,
you got
weird
fired
shit.
up, sir.
It's cool though.
I ain't
So
opening the door
I'm
neither.
like, damn, ain't nobody coming to the door. I gotta lay down. So boom, I'm laying on the ground, and I'm like, yo, I gotta keep knocking though, cause my homeboy hurt. I gotta keep knocking. Doop, 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 doop. Then the more I knock, the weaker that motherfucking knock was getting. So it's like, boom, wait, boom, wait, boom. So I'm like, damn, I guess it's just how it go. Like, you feel me? Like, when you get money, like, you know what come with it. So it's like, damn, I'm like, damn, nah, I mean, this how it goes. So the only thing I'm thinking about, all right, like, it's cool, but it's like, damn, like, I'm really dying, and this ain't the way I'm trying to go. So I fix myself up, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna just lay down. It ain't nothing I can do. Like, I completely gave up at that moment. Like, that's it. So I go lay down. I close my eyes. So boom, they just there. And then I could hear my heart, like, it was like this. Then that bitch just start going like this. Like, I can feel it slowing down. So now I'm like this. Because I can't breathe. Like, my body's shutting down. So I'm part 4 next. So boom, I'm laying on the ground. I can't breathe. My heart's starting to slow down. Cool. So the day before this happened, my grandma come to my house. She like, you know, doing what grandmas do, cleaning up, annoying and shit over. Like, just come and chill. Like, just sit on the couch. She got to clean up. So she stumbles about in my closet. So, you know, most people, if you know, you know. So it's like, she like, hey, this is a lot of money. You need to get a safe. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm riding around later on that day, and she like, did you get the safe yet? So I'm like, you know what? Let me go get it. So magically, I go get a safe. I put a little bit of money in there, probably about 60 grand, 50, 60 grand, some shit. And I go take it to my homegirl house.
Like,
cool. Back on topic. So I close my eyes, I get myself together, I'm laying down. And I'm like, yo, you know what? Like, this the end. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm just talking to myself, like, damn, I can't go no more. But my homeboy in the house, I just hope somebody come get him. Somebody got to come get my homeboy. I got to make sure he good. I got to. So I close my eyes, and I hear, wee, 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 wee. The ambulance come. I'm laying on the ground. They like, what's your name? What's your name? So I'm like, Qumonte. They asked him my date of birth, this and the third. Do I know what the day is? All that. I said, yeah. They're like, okay. So I'm like, hey, wait. My homeboy in the house. Get my homeboy. Get my homeboy. Get my homeboy. They like, yeah, no, we got him. He's good. So they bring the little stretcher thing to put you on. And I wouldn't get up there because I'm like, no, go get my homeboy. Like, my homeboy in the house. As long as I can still talk to you, I'm smooth. Go get my homeboy. So I just won't going. Like, go get my homeboy out the house. Like, that man shot up probably. Like, go get him. So, boom.
I feel you.
They like, okay. And then they go to the ambulance, get the second stretcher thing out. So I'm like, hey, let him ride with me. So the moment I say that, they put the little thing over my face.
Yeah, we need to shut him.
So I'm like, I remember going like this, and then I went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So next thing I know is story time about how I got set up, shot, my homeboy died, and it was the night of my other homeboy funeral. So boom, they put the thing over my face. I go to sleep. I did 2 surgeries, 3 surgeries, something. So I woke up, I had a tube down my throat. So I woke up instantly, like, I'm freaking out, like, what the fuck, like, where I'm at. So they pulled the tube out. They split my stomach open, a whole lot of other stuff. So I'm in there. This like my 4th day. I'm like, hey, where my homeboy at? Where my homeboy at? So they kept saying, yeah, he downstairs. So all right, a couple more days go past. I'm like, hey, where my homeboy at? Where my homeboy? They're like, oh, he downstairs. He tried to come up here, but you was asleep. And that's what all the nurses and doctors and everybody telling me. So I get my phone and I call my little homeboy and I'm like, hey, what you doing? So he picked up. He was in a suit. So, you know, I'm joking like, hey, when you start going to church, this, that, and the third. So he was like, huh? What you mean? So I'm like, nigga, ain't you at church? He's like, yeah, but why you say that? I'm like, what you mean? So he like, oh, nobody told you. I'm like, nobody told me what? He flipped the camera. It's my homeboy laying in the casket that they told me was downstairs the whole time. So
Blooded.
Basically, like, that's how I found out he had died. So if you go back to the second part, when I was telling y'all that I was talking to him on the couch, once I got myself together, I realized he was never talking back. He was already gone instantly. Mm-hmm. And that's what once I found out he was gone, they had asked me, I had asked the nurses and all that, like, yo, what happened? And they was like, nah, he got shot 6 times in the chest. Ooh. And he died on impact. So
sorry, bro.
More of the story, man. Y'all gotta move smart. If you feel like the girl about to set you up or somebody about to set you up, knock them off right then and there.
Knock them off right then and... Or you can just avoid the whole situation by I stopped counting the flags, but after you felt like you had to go switch your gun, you have a nice night, baby girl. I'll see you another time. All right. KJ, I think, was the homeboy. I believe that's the homeboy's name, who was on the couch and got shot 6 times. Rest in peace to him. His mother decided to put out a video. She's upset with this young man here, and she's not really telling a side. She was basically saying he's lying about some things. We'll just let it play, and I'll comment from there.
Today, to counteract and do some correction to a live that went viral yesterday concerning my son KJ. Qumonte, for 4 years now, you have lied to me about my son. I have asked you, you came to me, to Charlotte, to ask me for forgiveness about my son's death, because you knew then that you knew who killed him and wouldn't say nothing. But yet now, 4 years later, you trying to profit off of my son's death when all the time it was your fault why he got killed. They wasn't after my child. They was after you. You knew they was coming for you, and you knew my son was a protector.
Hold on. I'm going to give you some pushback. Your son's grown, ma'am. If he was playing the game, he know how the game go.
And you figure if my son was there with you, he would protect you. But I thank God that he was asleep. He did not suffer. But you suffered. And you are still suffering right to this day. That's why you're doing the live trying to gain money, because you are a conniving, sneaking, dishonest individual. A child that my son took under his wing when nobody else would give you a chance, when nobody in Lakeland High School and Suffolk liked you, when you was going to the alternative school because of your behavior. My son was the only one who came to you, took you under his wing as his little brother, and invited you to go places with him, to hang out with him. And you know what I'm talking about, because that's when he had a black BMW. See, my son didn't start out with nothing. He always started out with something of his own. You are the one with a leech onto my son Then you had to have a nerve to say, oh, he was a big boy and he slept. He fell asleep because he had narcolepsy. You couldn't even say the damn word. Lord, forgive my mouth. But you couldn't even say the word.
I don't mean to be insensitive, baby girl, but you didn't say the word. I'm gonna need, if I can see the whole body on this lady. She looks a little big. I wouldn't doubt her son being big, but we can continue.
My son didn't have no sickness, no sleeping disorder. God allowed him to be asleep so he wouldn't have to suffer of what was going to happen. And why I questioned, Lord, the God of mine for many years of why he took my child and not you. I questioned it, but I came to realization my child was ready. My child was saved. He may not have walked the walk like everybody else expected him to, but I know what he was. He was a good individual who loved everybody, who never, ever met a stranger. And everybody that has come to me, has talked to me, has blown my phone up since you went live with that foolishness, my phone has not stopped ringing. But you gonna get on live and try to gain money from my son that you knew 4 years ago what had happened. And you chose to tell the detective you didn't know nothing. You even came to me and asked for forgiveness. At that time, I didn't know why you was asking me for forgiveness because I didn't think you had nothing to do with it. But now, 4 years later, and you doing this video, now I know why you came to me and asked for forgiveness because you knew you had something to do with it. But that's okay. Your time is coming. Your time is coming for everybody that believes.
If he's telling the story step by step, which it sounded like, linearly, the way how it played out, he was set up. I understand she's upset. Her son is passed. I get every bit of that. But she's making it sound like he set up her son to get smoked.
That foolishness that you put out there, that you were set up, that you could see things, you had an out-of-body experience, that's a bunch of bull. The way you was shot up, you couldn't move. You couldn't check on my child. Ain't nobody in no hospital told you that he was downstairs. My son was killed on the exact time that he came into this world. At 12:58 a.m. in the morning. You didn't even know my son was dead. But God made you suffer. And guess what? You're going to continue to suffer. Because instead of doing right, you still trying to do wrong and connive and scheme and get over on people. You've made it. One time you had even told somebody my son was homeless. My son was never homeless. My son stayed right here and suffered with my mother. And then he came to Charlotte. And whenever he wanted to come to Charlotte. I talked to you 2 days prior to my son's death on the phone because he called me just to shoot the child with me and told me where he was at your house. I even spoke with you, and then you gonna lie to my face 4 years ago that you don't know what happened to my son, leaving me with unsolved solutions, trying to figure out what happened, who did what, why they did stuff to my son, why they killed my son. Somebody that everybody loved, that loved everybody and never met a stranger, was friendly and kind to everybody.
All that might be true, lady. I don't know your son, never met him. Could have been the most angel, the best person in the world. But if people are coming to rob and everybody in the house is getting shot, why are we placing the blame? I understand you're hurt, lady, but I ain't heard you once blame the people that shot your boy. You're sounding like you're saying he set your son up. I'm not feeling that. I know you've seen this man's stomach. He clearly, if he set his boy up, that was a shitty setup.
But you, on the other hand, was conniving and sneaking, want nothing but a reach on everybody. It was because of KJ. You got up. You came up because of KJ. Not of nothing of your own. It's because of KJ and the people he knew and the connections he had here in Virginia and in Charlotte.
So you're telling me KJ was the plug? That's what you just told me. KJ was the plug. KJ knew the plug or was the plug and had. What are we saying?
But one thing about it, all
What are we talking
KJ
about?
true friends came to my house every time he came to Charlotte.
Okay.
And guess what? You was never part of that because you was not his true friend. He tried to be friends with you.
Oh.
They tried to be friends with you, but they did not like you. And they still don't like you. So go on. Keep trying to build off my son's death. You trying to pull yourself up because of my son's death? Really? And for all the fools out there to believe that bull that you put out there? Y'all keep going, because all of y'all gonna be in the same basket together. My son was a good child, a loving child, a great child. He will always be missed. He had so many friends that always kept in contact with me ever since his death. But you call yourself a friend, or he was your homeboy. Not once since you came and lied in my face have you checked on on me, or his brothers, or his niece, whom he loved dearly. If you know anything about KJ, you knew he loved his niece Shania dearly. That was just like his baby sister and his niece all in one. But you not once checked on her. But you call yourself his homeboy. I was set up and my homeboy died. No, you knew what you was doing. You set your own self up with your mouth and bragging about all the conniving schemes you had did to people, and all that stuff came back at you. See, your dirt will find you out.
You should have led with that, ma'am. I feel you on that. I feel you now. You done reeled me back in. I'm back in. You completely right about that. If he, and I don't know Qumonte, however you say this young man's name, I do not know him. So, hey, he could be just, we know him. We know people who don't give a shit, who just walk around doing what they do, and whatever happens is just what happens. People like to see the world burn. He may be that kind of dude. I don't know. So I'm back in.
How much you hide, how much you run, your dirt will always find you out. I couldn't even get mad. And I watched all of your videos.
We all did.
Telling lies about my son. Telling lies about that night. Some of it was lies and some of it was true, because you know who killed my son. You seen their faces before you got shot. So you know, but you keep telling me.
He said that.
The detective that you don't know. But
he did say they didn't have no mask on or nothing. They were stupid. He did say that. She's right.
Qumonte, you signed your own death certificate when you went live. You signed it yourself. I'm not going to touch it because I leave you in the hands of the Lord. Because the word said, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. You going to get yours. And you going to wish you had never been born. Coming like.
Now, before I pulled all this up and made this video, I did some digging and went looking for, because a lot of this came from TikTok, Twitter. I got it off Twitter, but apparently this man he's done an interview about this before. This was in, it says 3 years ago, so 2022, and all that TikTok stuff is brand new. So baby girl, he's been talking about this for a while. He has an interview about it, like right here.
Now, you have been shot by a gun before.
Right.
Is that something we can talk about?
Yeah.
We'll play a little bit.
How many different occasions has this happened?
He doesn't get into that night that much. I watched a bit of this.
One time I got shot twice.
What age were you when this happened?
It just happened this year.
And for time reference,
2021.
2021 now.
Right.
Do you remember what month?
I got shot February 1st.
4 years ago.
And where were you hit exactly?
I can show you.
Yeah, if you'd like.
I got hit right here. Then I got hit in my stomach. So all this shit fucked up. Can you see it? You
Yep, we can see it.
And then this one came out right there. Just a little bullet hole right there. So yeah, I ain't tripping.
Now, do you know what caliber you were hit with?
Nah, I ain't never asked.
Do you know if they were hollow tips?
I don't know.
I'm going to stop it right there. This interview is with DJ Smalls. If you guys think I should play the rest of this interview, you want to see him repeat the story again, because that's basically what he's doing, let me know. I'll do it. I've been J Stat. That ain't this. Holla at you.